everybody. Welcome to Live at 4. It's Friday.
Doesn't
You
it feel
made
good?
it. It does feel good. It was so great to have you this week.
I love spending time with you. So.
Time flies, doesn't it, when we're having fun?
It does.
Mark will be back with us on Monday. We have a fun show ahead. Here's what's topping our headlines today. There is a pretty good chance for severe weather tomorrow night. Unfortunately, we have an alert day in the forecast, and meteorologist Dana Fulton is standing by to share the biggest threats we'll see and when we'll see them.
And breaking news from the city's north side. An 18-year-old is killed in gun violence. And so far, no one is in custody. We're live at the scene where police just gave an update in the last hour.
And if you live in Dane County, you are now encouraged to wear a mask inside public buildings. That is because we've moved into the high level of community transmission. We'll tell you what that means straight ahead. But first, let's take a look outside today. Great summer weather. It's hard to believe that things might change tomorrow. It's sunny and warm today.
Yeah, they're enjoying it while they can, it appears.
Stay weather aware on Saturday are the weather words. Dana Fulton is on the weather pad. Hi, Dana. I like your hat.
Sun protection, hat weather. Yes, sunscreen, hat weather, parasol weather today. It's nice and sunny outside right now. It is certainly warm and a little breezy. As we look ahead to tomorrow, though, we have an alert day in the forecast for Saturday late in the afternoon and evening. Scattered thunderstorms will develop and build in. Some of those thunderstorms expected to be strong, possibly even severe, bringing in high winds, hail, and certainly not ruling out the possibility for an isolated tornado. Things quiet right now. We do have a chance for isolated showers overnight, so there's that marginal risk tonight. Tomorrow, our enhanced risk, so a 3 on a scale to 5, that has been expanded to include more of central Wisconsin. It was tailored a little more northwest of Dane County. That has since been expanded. Our primary concern still on the wind potential. So now's a good idea. Now's the time to really keep in mind the potential for severe weather building in tomorrow. If you are enjoying the day outside, lawn chairs outside in the backyard, make sure you bring them in the afternoon. However you see weather alerts, whether it's via your phone or weather radio, make sure that device is charged and ready to go. Know your safe spots and have your first aid kit ready to go for tomorrow evening. Again, wind really our primary concern with this one, and we could see a lot of damage with high winds coming through. Overall, south central Wisconsin seeing a few delays. We had a spot close to Sauk City earlier this evening, but it looks like on 14 that has since been cleared up. Downtown Madison, smooth east and westbound along the Beltline. We'll take a closer look at the timing for tomorrow's storms in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, thank you. First at 4 today, those of you who have our Channel 3000 app have been getting alerts all afternoon as we've continued to learn more about a deadly shooting on the city's north side.
An 18-year-old was killed, and so far, no one is in custody. This case spans 2 different locations, and there's still a lot that police don't know. Our Tahalil Mohideen has been at the scene and was at a news conference from police just about an hour ago. Tahalil, what do we know?
Brady and Susan, police are still investigating that deadly shooting on the north side, and they have been here since around 11:30. Now, they arrived after a shots fired was reported, and a suspicious vehicle, which is still here in the middle of the road, was called in. Now, when they arrived on the scene, they found the victim inside a white Kia sedan they later learned was stolen. North District Police Captain Kelly Donahue says after responding to the call, officers pronounced the victim dead on scene. But when they arrived first, the victim was alive.
In need of emergency medical care, and the police officers that arrived on scene began to provide first aid, and then were assisted by Madison Fire and EMS.
Police say they found shell casings both at Volin Street and Vera Court. At this point, they don't know which location the victim was shot. They are currently investigating physical and digital evidence, as well as conducting witness interviews. They say, as you said, at this point, they don't have anybody in custody, but they do believe it was a targeted incident. They are also working on contacting the victim's family. Reporting live on the city's north side, Tahlil Mohideen.
Tahlil, thank you, and we will get another update from you coming up tonight at 5. Another big story today. Public health officials say the spread of COVID through Dane County has now risen to the high category, and that means people are encouraged to wear masks indoors.
So what's causing the return to masks? Catherine Merck took a look into how the county makes these types of decisions. Catherine?
The health department says the biggest issue right now that they're seeing is a rise in hospitalizations, not necessarily a rise in cases. So if that's the case, why is everyone being told to put a mask on? Health officials tell me the advisory comes from a couple of different factors. The CDC determines a county's community spread based on new reported cases per 100,000 people, new regional hospital admissions, and the percent of regional inpatient beds occupied by COVID patients over the past week. Public Health Madison and Dane County shared some of the specific behind today's move toward the high status.
To move into high, we would need to be over 10 admissions per 100,000, and we're currently at 10.8. So we're just slightly above that as a region, but it is enough to push us into that high community threshold.
This is not something that anyone wants to hear, even the county's public officials. Tonight at 6, you'll hear how the health department is trying to make sure everyone stays safe in a time when it can be pretty hard to stay consistent with COVID-19 precautions.
Catherine, thank you. Tonight, we're seeing new polio vaccination clinics in New York after a case was reported there. It is the first case of polio we've seen here in the U.S. in almost a decade. Health officials say an unvaccinated young adult from the area recently contracted polio. The virus can infect a person's spinal cord and can lead to disability and death.
Seeks out certain cells and it infects and destroys them. If the cells are destroyed, the muscles cannot move.
The patient developed paralysis. The State Department of Health and the CDC confirm the virus was transmitted from a person who received the oral polio vaccine, which is used in other countries. The last polio case in the U.S. was in 2013 when a 7-month-old who had recently moved to the U.S. from India was diagnosed in Texas. A jury in Washington, D.C. took less than 3 hours to convict former Trump aide Steve Bannon of contempt today.
Skylar Henry is in Washington with the verdict.
The jury has found former Trump aide Steve Bannon guilty of 2 counts of contempt of Congress.
We may have lost a battle here today, but we're not going to lose this war. In the closing argument, the prosecutor missed one very important phrase, right? I stand with Trump and the Constitution, and I will never back off that, ever.
Bannon refused to comply with congressional subpoenas to testify before the January 6th committee. His lawyers say he did so on advice of previous attorneys claiming executive privilege, even though he didn't work at the White House at the time.
Former president invoked executive privilege. You may not comply. Again, you can debate whether he could have complied in part or in full. He listened to his lawyer.
The judge in this case rejected executive privilege claims even before this trial began. As a result, Bannon's lawyers called no witnesses and produced no evidence in his case.
You will see this case reversed on appeal.
Bannon's lawyer used his closing arguments to question whether the signature on the subpoena was actually that of committee chairman Benny Thompson. Prosecutors argued Bannon openly bragged that he would refuse to comply with the subpoenas. Why didn't he show up? He didn't show up because he didn't want to provide the January 6th committee with the documents. He did not want to answer their questions, and when it really comes down to it, he didn't want to recognize the government's authority. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Bannon has been released until his sentencing hearing, which is set for October 21st.
Each count carries a minimum sentence of 30 days in jail, but can go up to 1 year per count, as well as fines of up to $100,000. There's growing outrage over a violent arrest of a black man in a Memphis suburb in Oakland, Tennessee. Police officers are accused of racial profiling and excessive use of force in the arrest of Brandon Calloway. We want to warn you, video of the incident is disturbing. This video shows the moment Oakland, Tennessee police officers entered the family home of 25-year-old Brandon Calloway. The officers can be seen chasing Calloway from room to room, one swinging a baton at him. Then a stun gun is deployed, but police say it had no effect. Calloway is then restrained on the ground when an officer appears to step on his head or neck. Police say Calloway failed to stop at a stop sign and drove 32 in a 20 miles per hour zone. And instead of stopping for police, he drove about half a mile to his family's home. According to the police report, Calloway started running into the house while reaching into his pockets.
Just watching the video is like, this is like a bad dream. You see this stuff happen all the time, and the fact that it happened to me is really mind-blowing. I'm glad that I'm alive, like, blessed, but I wouldn't want any, like, I don't know how people would live with this.
The department says Calloway was cleared by the medics before he was taken into custody. He's facing several charges, which include evading arrest and disorderly conduct. Police have not released any further details and told the CBS Memphis affiliate the case has been officially turned over to the county district attorney's office. Well, this weekend will be a big one for American fans of two international soccer teams.
Manchester City and Bayern Munich are playing a match this weekend on the home field of the Green Bay Packers. As paint is being applied to Lambeau Field in anticipation for tomorrow's historic soccer match, fans from out of town are starting to arrive in Northeast Wisconsin. Logan Williams came from Denver to see his favorite team, Manchester City, play at Lambeau, and he knows how unique this game is.
Where they travel across the ocean doesn't happen much, especially in the past couple of years with COVID, so looking forward to it.
Packers Director of Public Affairs Aaron Popke says all 50 states and 19 countries will be represented in the stands tomorrow night with an expected crowd of 77,000 people. Many are hoping that a chance for severe weather that Dana was talking about doesn't ruin the whole experience. Popke says the same severe weather protocols that they have for regular Packer games will be in place. If there is severe weather, officials are confident they'll be able to get the game in no matter what.
What a great way to show off the area to some new fans.
Yeah, that's very exciting. I hope the weather cooperates for that and for what's coming up next. It's been 25 years since the shores of Lake Monona have been graced by Monona Terrace.
Kristen Durst joins us live on Live at 4 to preview the 25th anniversary celebration of the facility called Building on a Dream.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Black Friday appliance deals in July have been extended. Save up to 60% off appliances. Doorbuster microwave, just $39.95. Plus guaranteed delivery within 5 days on all in-stock appliances. At Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity, using less or a lot less oral pain medicines, and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
Mom, Abel's looking for you.
Oh, all right. As parents, we know that all Wisconsin kids should grow up in a healthy, safe world. As a women's health doctor, I know that access to abortion services is fundamental to personal and economic success. I'm going to fight for financial security so Wisconsin families can succeed and even dream. I'm Jillian Bettino, a mother, a doctor, a fighter, and I'm running for Wisconsin State Treasurer.
Son, it's about time we had the talk. It's time you knew the truth. Windows can take a beating, especially here in the Midwest. When it's time to replace them, call Feldco.
Isn't Feldco offering 2-for-1 windows right now, Dad?
They are, son. They are.
Less talk, more action. 2-for-1 windows from Feldco makes home improvement easy and affordable.
2-for-1 windows ends soon. Call now.
Quality windows, siding, and doors. Call 866 for Feldco.
We're not just massage envy. We're also facials that get your skin glowing envy. We're talking, dang girl, you look good kind of envy.
All right, tell me your secret and lunch is on me.
How does she do it envy?
So what's going on with this?
That's because a regular massage envy facial routine is an amazing way to look and feel better for that I still got it going on kind of a feeling.
Must be good genes.
Through August 14th, try your first facial and get a free enhancement plus 20% off select skincare products. Terms apply. Massage Envy Facials, where better begins.
Every day, News 3 Now investigates.
Black Friday deals in July have been extended at Ashley. It's your last chance to save up to 60% off doorbusters, plus 60-month special financing, no minimum purchase, and no money down on in-stock items. Don't miss the best Black Friday deals, only at Ashley.
Welcome back. Pat Benatar won't perform her 1980 classic, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, anymore.
No, amid ongoing gun violence in the country, the singer says she's come to view that song differently. Benatar said while the song's meaning is about strength and resiliency, you have to draw the line and be aware of lyrics. She continued saying, I can't say those words out loud with a smile on my face, adding the decision is her small contribution to protesting. The U.S. is on pace this year to match or surpass its worst year ever for mass shootings. That's according to the Gun Violence Archive, which is a nonprofit that tracks gun violence incidents across the country.
Well, more people who vape could be getting addicted instead of just smoking casually. That's what researchers think based on data about people who use e-cigarettes in a study published today in the journal JAMA Network Open. Data showed the number of people in the U.S. who said they used e-cigarettes, and it went down between 2018 and 2020, maybe because of efforts to keep young people from starting up in the first place. But that data also showed there were more people vaping every day. And researchers say the two trends might mean there's a greater nicotine dependence among e-cigarette users.
Well, Snapchat's rough year has gotten even rougher. Shares of Snapchat's parent company, Snap, tanked on disappointing earnings news yesterday. Snap posted a net loss of over $400 million last quarter, compared to $152 million for the same period last year. In a letter to investors, Snap blamed its woes on a worsening economy and increased advertising competition.
It was a negative day on Wall Street. The Dow was down 137, the NASDAQ lost 225, and the S&P was reduced by 37. The city of Madison is celebrating a significant silver anniversary this weekend.
It marks a major milestone for a mainstay on the Isthmus. This past Monday, July 18th, marked 25 years since Monona Terrace first opened its doors. Monona Terrace was a project that took 59 years to become a reality. It was first proposed by architect Frank Lloyd Wright in 1938 as the Dream Civic Center, but it wasn't until 1954 that Madison voters approved Wright's plan by changing laws that restricted the height of lakefront buildings. On July 18th, 1997, Monona Terrace opened its doors nearly 6 decades after Wright's original proposal. I covered that story. That tells you how long I've been here. It was the year after I got here.
All those people, it was cool to see.
Oh, yeah.
Well, earlier this afternoon, you got to speak with Kirsten Durst.
Yes, she is the Community and Public Relations Manager at Monona Terrace. You know, it's interesting. For people who see the beautiful skyline of our city and take Monona Terrace for granted, they may not realize that the fact that it's on the lakefront is the result of a 60-year saga. It was one of Madison's most controversial projects.
It certainly was. Yeah, 1938 was the first proposal by architect Frank Lloyd Wright to build Monona Terrace. At the time, he proposed it as a Dream Civic Center. What would follow for years is a back and forth saga. In the 1950s, there were 2 referendums that passed, but then it was killed by some legislation. Returned again as the issue surfaced in the 90s. Our then Mayor Paul Soglin sort of championed this and successfully moved it forward to where it opened finally 25 years ago this week.
Tell us a little bit about the big celebration you have planned for tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night, first of all, we're keeping an eye on the weather, as you are too, and just want to say that in the event of inclement weather, the event will be held on Sunday. But the event tomorrow night starts at 6:30 here on our rooftop. We're going to have the brass band sort of opening things up and starting the procession up to the rooftop. We'll have the dynamic Badgerettes dance team performing. We'll have DJ Payne 1, the People Brothers bands, and then capping off the night is a drone show, which I believe is new to Madison. We're going to have some drones lift off of our parking facility and do a lot of cool formations above the lake. I don't want to give away too much, but what they'll be doing is some things that will really resonate with Madisonians. You'll recognize what they're doing anyway.
Oh, that'll be amazing to see. Oh, we hope the weather cooperates. We'll do our best to help that happen for you. But over the past...
Thank you. I know you have Paul.
Over these 25 years, what kind of an impact, economic and otherwise, has Monona Terrace made in Madison?
Yeah, a huge impact. We were a catalyst for so much of what's happened around downtown in the capital here. In 25 years, we have generated $697 million in economic impact, held over 16,000 events, conferences, conventions, weddings, reunions, hosted over 2,000 free community events. It's been just a wonderful tourist destination, a community gathering space, and an economic catalyst for our community.
It is the cornerstone of the isthmus, of our view. It really is a defining place in Madison and worthy of a silver anniversary celebration. One quick question, are tickets required for the event?
No tickets are required. This is free and open to the public. We are suggesting, because we do have a capacity limit of 3,000 on our rooftop, that people come early. Gates open at 5:30 p.m.
All right. Have a great celebration to the next 25. Kristen, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
You know, it's hard to imagine Madison without Monona Terrace.
Yeah, it's become like a trademark for it.
Yeah.
One of the first things I noticed when I came to visit a decade ago. It's so cool to see.
Exactly, and at night when it's all lit up, we're very, very lucky to have it here. And now we just need the weather to cooperate tomorrow. No pressure, Dana. All right, coming up next on Live at 4, marine life sightings can be one of the unexpected thrills of trips to the water.
Seals and sea turtles.
Well, what happens if you encounter a sick or injured animal? We'll find out next on Live at 4.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Soak in the savings at the Century House. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless seating. Don't miss the perfect opportunity to fill your home with the world's most comfortable seating for less. It's time for Stressless, proud to be endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
I'm Jonathan Lawson, here to tell you about life insurance through the Colonial Penn program. If you're age 50 to 85 and looking to buy life insurance on a fixed budget, remember the 3 Ps.
The 3 what?
The 3 Ps.
What are the 3 Ps?
The 3 Ps of life insurance on a fixed budget are price, price, and price. A price you can afford, a price that can't increase, and a price that fits your budget.
I'm 54 and was a smoker, but quit. What's my price?
You can get coverage for $9.95 a month.
I'm 65, retired, and take medications. What's my price?
Also $9.95 a month.
I just turned 80 and I'm on a fixed income. What's my price?
$9.95 a month for you too. If you're age 50 to 85, call now about the #1 most popular whole life insurance plan available through the Colonial Penn program. It has an affordable rate starting at $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. You cannot be turned down because of your health. No medical exam, no health questions. Your acceptance is guaranteed. And this plan has a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, so your rate can never go up for any reason. Options start at $9.95 a month. Plus, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. So call now for free information, and you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. Use this valuable guide to record your important information and give helpful direction to your loved ones with your final wishes. And it's yours free. just for calling. So call now for free information.
Call 1-800-644-6688 for your free information and your free gift. That's 1-800-644-6688. 1-800-644-6688. That's 1-800-644-6688. So call now.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Oh, take a look at this massive swarm of jellyfish in Haifa Bay, Israel.
Wow.
I know, the jellyfish appear in this drone footage as white dots bobbing on the surface of the sea green water while surrounding a boat. That's a little creepy, isn't it? The gelatinous creatures can be seen for miles. Jellyfish are not uncommon in the Mediterranean area, especially in the summer. The stinger, though, to this stunning phenomenon, tormenting tentacle stings to swimmers, environmental harm to other sea life, and damage to the fishing industry. The jellyfish are expected to be gone by early August.
Stay on the boat.
You just got to ride the jellies, man.
They look like they're planning something.
Yeah, they do.
They're going to overtake that boat. That's what's going to happen.
That's incredible. That always makes you think, uh-oh, that's a bad sign. What's happening there?
Why are they all
horror movies start?
I was just thinking Finding Nemo.
Oh, well.
Yeah, there you go. Something
Jellies.
nice.
Something for everyone.
Look at how coordinated we are. We look like Skittles
We
today.
look like Skittles, yeah, like some Peeps bunnies over here on the couch. Unfortunately, we're not looking at Easter weather, right? It's not too cool outside. It's a little toasty right now. And we're also looking at the potential for severe weather. Our chances for some really strong thunderstorms ramping up late tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at the timing right after the break.
iMart Express owns selection, price, and speed. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs for just $38.71. Progressives 2 for $76.92. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. iMart Express. Right glasses, right price, right now.
Why hide your skin? If Dupixent has your moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis under control.
Hide my skin? Not me.
By hitting eczema where it counts, Dupixent helps heal your skin from within, keeping you one step ahead of eczema.
Hide my skin? Not me.
And that means long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief for adults. With Dupixent, you can show more skin with less eczema.
Hide my skin? Not me.
Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. When you help heal your skin from within, you can change how your skin looks and feels. And that's the kind of change you notice. Talk to your eczema specialist about Dupixent, a breakthrough eczema treatment.
Hi, I'm Tom Nelson, Outagamie County Executive Candidate for the U.S. Senate, and I approve this message. Democrats like me, not from Madison, Milwaukee, have a whole different approach. We have a different touch, a different cast. Oh, we read good books. Not the biggest pocketbooks. I've won 6 times in Trump country by pulling for what matters. Jobs, Medicare for all, union rights, women's rights, a planet in crisis. I'll fight the extremism in Washington by pulling for all Wisconsin.
When we needed new doors and windows for our home, we were looking for someone we could trust.
We've done the bargain brand windows. We've done the runaround.
What we loved about Next Door and Window is that they were different. The experts guided us through every step of their no-pressure process.
We really loved their educational approach. Next Door and Window helped us understand what was right for us.
They have a totally different approach to doors and windows. They made the window and door replacement process simple.
Call 844-600-NEXT to get 50% off your installation.
How do we make your glasses the same day? It's all done in store. Our skilled techs handle your glasses from start to finish, getting them back the same day. Quality, affordable glasses made in store, only at iMart Express.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
A bit of an unfortunately active weather pattern lining up for our Saturday. Right now it's dry and quiet in Madison, nice and sunny outside, but we do have the chance later this evening for a few isolated showers and thunderstorms. Right now still well off to the west.
but some of those will start to build in later on overnight. For tomorrow, our chance for severe weather has ramped up and expanded. This enhanced risk now contains areas all the way through the Twin Cities, through Madison, towards Milwaukee, almost all of southern Wisconsin included in this. And the concern tomorrow, a lot of different threats coming through. We're not ruling out the chance for an isolated tornado because it's going to be so windy outside. We'll have that wind shear through the atmosphere. We also have the potential for hail, mainly for La Crosse towards the Twin Cities. Our area most concerned about the high wind probability. As these storms build in, it is going to be hot and humid outside. It's going to help ramp things up. And it does look like we're going to be dealing with some really strong wind gusts later in the evening. So an alert day in the forecast for Saturday through the late afternoon and evening. You're good to go in the morning and early afternoon, but later in the day, definitely make sure you have a way to receive weather alerts. And if you are having any outdoor plans, would definitely have an indoor backup. There is a chance for showers and thunderstorms overnight. We start off Saturday mostly sunny with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. In the afternoon, the cloud coverage will build in. And by about 4 to 6 o'clock, we'll start to see our first round of rainfall towards La Crosse building into the area. And this bows out later in the evening and continues on through. And because it does move so quickly, that's what we're expecting to really bring in the higher winds. We'll have the chance for showers and storms overnight. A slight chance into early Sunday morning, but most of Sunday will be partly sunny and dry. Afternoon high temperatures pulling back. Rainfall totals generally around an inch. Higher amounts expected with those thunderstorms if they slow down or start to trail each other. So it's not necessarily a high rain accumulation event, but we will see heavier rainfall at times with those storms. High temperatures tomorrow close to 90. These storms are building into a very hot and humid environment. The chance for showers and thunderstorms developing in the late afternoon and evening. That alert day in the forecast for Saturday. For Sunday, partly sunny skies with high temperatures in the lower 80s. So a seasonable Sunday. In fact, once we get through that line of storms, things look much more comfortable outside. The humidity is going to pull back quite a bit on Sunday. Temperatures as we look ahead to next week, generally close to 80 for afternoon highs. Overnight lows will be in the lower 60s. It will come along with a chance for showers and storms late Tuesday into Wednesday and early Thursday. And we'll stay pretty steady, close to 80 with those afternoon highs heading into next weekend and overnight lows in the low 60s. Again, the alert day tomorrow due to the potential for strong thunderstorms to build in. I would certainly recommend having two ways to get weather alerts. I know there are a lot of events going on tomorrow. Susan and I were just going through the list throughout the state. So if you're traveling around at all, if you're trying to be out on the lakes or downtown, just make sure that you have a way to receive those weather alerts and make sure you have a way to get inside, know where those safe spaces are. If you are traveling outside of your home, just know whatever building you're in, how to stay safe where you're at.
The big fly-in in Oshkosh is this weekend.
Yes.
My brother is flying up there today, so that's just another one.
Unfortunately, yeah, and it's one of those where Saturday during the day, the farmers market Saturday, things should be okay. They should be dry outside, but it's later in the evening. So looking at the Terrace or looking up a little further north, yes.
All right, good to have a heads up and get prepared.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Dana. This weekend, millions of us will head to lakes and rivers in search of some relief from the heat.
Well, marine life sightings can be one of the unexpected thrills of those trips, but what happens if you encounter a sick or injured animal?
NOAA works with more than 100 organizations across the country to respond to those calls for help.
CBS News' Michael George recently saw firsthand how that process works and even watched the release of some healthy animals.
During a recent trip to a wildlife rehab center on New York's Long Island, we met Willow, a 7-month-old gray seal pup.
She's adorable. I see her looking right at us, and she's got these puppy dog eyes.
Yeah, seals are really like dogs. We call these guys kind of like the German Shepherd. They have that longer snout.
But Willow hasn't had an easy life. In May, she was struck by a boat, leaving her with a fractured shoulder and deep cuts on her back.
We don't want anything to happen to these guys.
Maxine Montello and her team at the New York Marine Rescue Center have spent weeks rehabilitating Willow, along with Cedar, a male seal who was found with a badly infected flipper.
These guys can be a handful.
Very much so. Yes.
Volunteers Lenore McGinn and Lorraine Michagno are helping nurse Willow and Cedar back to health.
Cedar is a chunky monkey. He's cute. He comes up, he looks at you, he wants more food constantly. Willow's kind of quiet. The seals all definitely have their own personalities.
Unfortunately, more animals are ending up at the rescue center, and too often, we're to blame. Boats, abandoned fishing gear, and pollution are leading to injuries for seals and sea turtles. One of the biggest threats, the garbage we leave when we go to the beach.
We see the entanglements, you know, with the plastic bags and the plastic in the waters.
They wind up in the ocean, and then the animals unfortunately suffer because they eat them thinking they're food.
Another growing problem, harassment.
People want to get close. They want to get that selfie. They want to touch that animal. If you do see them, enjoy from afar.
And even well-intentioned people who think they're helping can make things worse. After Willow was injured, a Good Samaritan picked her up and put her in his truck to drive her to a vet.
He wasn't trying to hurt this animal, but picking these animals up is illegal. They're federally protected under the Marine Mammal Protection Act.
It's easy to forget Willow and Cedar are still wild animals. If you're at the beach and you see a beached or injured animal, marine wildlife experts suggest calling the nearest rescue center.
I will let you know when I'm like 10 minutes away.
As we were shooting our interview, a bystander did just that, calling to report a badly injured sea turtle.
Feel a little better.
Thanks to that call, the team was able to save it.
This is a Kemp's Ridley sea turtle, so they're one of the most critically endangered sea turtles, so we really appreciate you guys calling.
Willow and Cedar are healing nicely, and they've both put on 30 pounds. Now, Maxine says, it's time for them to go home.
You ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
The pair had their final checkup. They got weighed,
38.2.
swabbed to check for diseases, and had their blood drawn.
Going in.
After starting the summer in a rehab facility, it was time to return to the wild. Cedar went first and seemed all too grateful to be back in the water. But Willow was nervous. For a moment, it seemed like she wouldn't go. But eventually...
That moment when they went back into the water, is that what this is all about for you?
Yeah, this is the best part of the job. All our hard work paid off. It's our goal to put them back into the wild to return them home.
Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Those big eyes.
What a face. By the way, if you encounter an injured animal anywhere in Dane County, there is a great resource here that's part of the Dane County Humane Society. It's called the Dane County Wildlife Center.
And even if members can't help you directly, they can point you in the right direction. They can be found at 608-287-3235 or giveshelter.org/wildlife center.
Yeah, it's a great resource locally here. Coming up next on Live at 4, we'll get a preview of Jordan Peele's newest movie, Nope.
And then at 5, the absentee ballot is being considered for a redesign. What you need to know about the potential new form. That's tonight at 5.
Don't miss A1 Furniture's warehouse clearance sale with savings up to 40% off, plus instant cashback and free financing. 2-piece living room sets from $7.99, sectionals $9.99, queen mattress just $2.99. Only at A1 Furniture and Mattress.
And my economic plan is moving this country in a better direction.
What planet is he living on? Record gas prices, 40-year high inflation, costing families $5 grand more for their necessities. Sorry, Joe, that's the wrong direction. Here on planet Earth, Senator Johnson voted against Biden's massive deficit spending that sparked inflation, and he passed tax cuts to help Wisconsin families survive the economic turmoil caused by Democrats.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
At Pick and Save, we believe local produce shouldn't be hard to find. That's why we work with local farms right in our own backyard to bring you fresher than fresh produce.
You got everything I need. You're like medicine to me. Oh, baby,
Because shopping for local produce should be as easy as shopping at your local Pick and Save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Before treating your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, you're not the only one with questions about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start, with about 10 minutes of treatment once every 3 months. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you, and if a sample is available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. Plus, right now, you may pay $0 for Botox. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
Back to school means big savings at A1 Furniture. Mattresses for $149, sofas $399, flip-flops $299, dressers $149. Up to 40% off store-wide plus instant cash back. The Back to School Savings Event, only at A1 Furniture.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather before.
Alert days are in the forecast for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Madison, Janesville, Beloit, Portage, Baraboo, the Dells. This is when you really need to begin to watch the eye to the sky.
During.
We have a confirmed tornado on the ground.
This is a serious situation. You need to take shelter immediately.
And after the storms.
You can see some of the damage here behind me this morning.
Get severe weather coverage from Madison's certified most accurate team. News 3 Now First Warn Weather.
Let's give the weather satellite a spin, shall we? We're taking you to Norfolk, Virginia. Beautiful day on the beach there. It's warm, 96 degrees.
I don't see anyone finding any jellyfish or seals, so they're doing okay.
The water looks good.
It does. Well, you know what? We are not going to spoil the plot of Jordan Peele's new movie, Nope.
And Rick Damigella doesn't either in this report.
What's a bad miracle? They got word for that.
Following on the successes of Get Out and Us, Jordan Peele's latest movie is all about... Nope, we're not going to spoil a thing about Nope, and neither are Peele and his cast.
The audience can go, have an escapist, big blockbuster time, and then come out and have a conversation about it. I think that's all I can ask for. And I think the conversation about this film is about spectacle and how human beings are addicted to spectacle.
Bro, what you see?
Something above the clouds. That's big.
How big?
Big.
When I got the opportunity to work on this, I just knew it was going to be a totally different experience. Having seen Get Out and Us and become increasingly a bigger fan of just all that he's capable of.
Nope reunites Peele with his Get Out star.
He's more confident, but I think that's to be expected because in every first-time filmmaker, every time I experience them, they don't really believe that they're going to make a film again. Because why would you think that? You just think this is the last thing you're going to make. So I think now you're meeting on number 3, he knows he's making number 4. And if he's not, that's his choice. I need you to tell me, what did you see in that cloud? Was not what you think.
Keeping you spoiler-free in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
What is this about?
I'm excited to see it. Critics keep saying yup to it. So.
Oh, okay, very good, very good. Coming up next on Live at 4, Michael Bruno takes us backstage with the Oregon Straw Hat Players.
Oh, they're putting on the musical thriller Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street.
There's a difference in a small town where family values still hold true. Welcome to the Portage Furniture Store. Well, we ventured back to Portage and look at who we found, the 2 Ayers brothers, Austin and Aaron. It's good to see you guys.
Welcome back.
So how is business? How is life?
Business has been great. You know, it's been very busy for both of us. A couple new kiddos in the past year. So no, but business has been doing great.
I know you really want to give a shout out to all of the people around this area that shop local, that choose to come right here to Cook Street to see the 2 of you.
Obviously, first and foremost, we're so appreciative of our customers, and there's just been such a strong sentiment to shop local, shop small, support family business. And I guess with the inventory, we've been very blessed. We've got a packed showroom, trucks coming in every week. We've really, we're running out of places to put everything. We're in good shape.
I feel like there's such a difference in the customer's mood when they walk in. They don't have that anxious feeling of, oh gosh, here comes the salesperson coming over to talk to me. Why is that so different here?
We put a major emphasis on no pressure shopping. Our salespeople, they're fantastic. They're going to be there when you need them, but they're going to let you, try everything out, and they're going to leave you alone, let you relax.
So all these years later, the big question is, there's still the Portage Furniture free delivery?
Yep, absolutely. Still the free delivery. Going to bring it right into your home, set it up, make it perfect for you. They'll even cook you dinner or sing a song for you if you need. They're just fantastic.
That's that small, local, family feel business mentality.
Absolutely.
You can't replicate it, right?
We're the Mears family.
From the Portage Furniture Store, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job, so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for the rest of summer on all Silverado pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing when you finance with GM Financial. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
Well, about 135 stocky, bearded men who resemble Ernest Hemingway have converged on Key West to compete in the annual Hemingway Lookalike Contest. Began last night. It's the 123rd anniversary of the legendary author's birth. One of those 135 men was retired News 3 Now engineer Garrett Marshall.
There he is.
Yep.
There's Garrett.
Garrett made it through the preliminary round tonight, and if he makes it through that, he will be in the finals for tomorrow. Good luck.
Garrett, this is your year. I can feel it.
He's got that majestic beard, so he's ready. Well, in 1979, a musical debuted on Broadway called Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
The Stephen Sondheim work won a Tony for Best Musical and has been revived many times, notably in a 2007 film adaptation featuring Johnny Depp.
Well, today, Michael Bruno goes backstage at the Oregon Straw Hat Players production of Sweeney Todd.
Not Sweeney. Not Sweeney Todd.
The storyline of Sweeney Todd, it is love, revenge, betrayal, corruption, and death.
Sweeney was smooth, Sweeney was subtle, Sweeney would drink and rats would scuttle.
Oh, it's a wild story, first of all. So it takes place in London, England, in the 1700s, late 1700s, and it's all about a barber, Sweeney Todd, who is shipped off to Australia by a corrupt judge, Judge Turpin.
And on his sort of warpath to find this judge, he meets Mrs. Lovett,
who is running a failing meat pie shop.
They both plan and scheme out certain ways to take down this judge,
but to also bring back the business of the meat pie shop.
May we proceed? Pretty women, fascinating, sipping coffee, dancing. Pretty women are a wonder. Pretty women.
But your duet is one of the most beautiful, I think one of the most beautiful pieces of music in the entire
It's my favorite part of the show, honestly.
It's a beast and a half, I'll tell you that, because Sweeney Todd is probably known as, well, Sondheim was always known for writing difficult music, but Sweeney Todd is probably his magnum opus, I would call it. And it's one of those things where you really have to be on top of it, because Sondheim had a very specific way of writing it, and that he always wanted the exact way of speaking it in the exact tone, and if you got it right, it would just magically work out and it'd be a beautiful piece of artwork.
Pretty women, sir, pretty women, sir, pretty women.
And what's it like playing the villain? Do you enjoy that? Do you really get into that?
It's fun. It's really fun. I feel like it's always weird because whenever I get off stage, I always know I'm doing a good job when people are like, oh, you were the worst. You were awful. I hated you. I hated every second of you.
I lock her up in some obscure retreat, where neither you nor any other vile, corrupting youth shall ever lay eyes on her again. But sir, what's it like directing this iconic piece of musical theater?
It's hard. This is a difficult show to direct. There is so much that's going on. The technical aspects of the show, the musical aspects of the show, it's incredible. I mean, Sondheim knew what he was doing. That's for sure.
Out, I say! The Demon Barber of Fleet Street. It's Friday!
Now, is that in the show?
Could be. He was the guest, the barber's chair for it.
Looked like you had fun.
Yeah, it's an amazing production. The color palettes are beautiful. The steampunk outfits that Querida did are really magnificent. And it's great because it's not just the high school. So it's some high school students and it's community theater. And they were supposed to do this 2 years ago. And then, of course, everything shut down.
Right.
So now they're finally getting everything back up and running again. And it just looks like a wonderful, wonderful production.
They talked about some of the themes being revenge and love, some dark stuff, but there is some really macabre humor in there.
Oh, absolutely.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not really meant for young kids because there is that fear of that razor boy, the razor strap.
Right. Well, that's good to know.
Think not really appropriate for young children, but it's one of Sondheim's classic shows.
It is the Sweeney Todd Demon Barber of Fleet Street. It's this weekend and next at Oregon High School. The shows are at 7:30 and the tickets are $20 for adults. Michael, it's Friday! You made it. You made it. It's good to see you too.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Michael. Good to see you. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend.
We'll be right back.